And next up in the pole vault, the world record holder, Stacy Dragila.
And here's Stacy on the runway for her first attempt at the bar, 14.5.5. Wind at their backs most of this competition up to this point. And over very easily with a huge clearance. Dragilla seems to be on today.
A lot of people think, gosh, what did you do as a youngster? I mean, were you this fast, phenomenal person? And I'm like, no, I was just an average Joe kid. Sometimes I just, have to pinch myself and say, gosh, Lucy, you were just an average athlete in college, a heptathlete. This pole vault thing comes along, having fun with it, but I never dreamed of being an indoor world champion, an outdoor world champion, a gold medalist in the Olympics. I think it's exciting, and when people pay good money to come watch something, they want to be entertained, and I think we're the entertainers. Sometimes I feel like when I go to a track, people look at me, but don't say anything and just wonder, what has she got that I don't have? And I just think I bring a lot of confidence to the track. I train in my training every day like I'm out competing. And I think when I come out to the track, they know that I'm there to compete. And they got to try to out-better me that day. And whether they do or they don't, it's always in the back of their mind, what is she doing that I'm not doing? How can I get to where she is? There's something out there that I haven't touched on yet that I think I can. And I think that's what keeps driving me to go out and train every day and come to competitions knowing that I could be beat at any time, but yet thinking, no woman has ever gone to that 16-foot mark yet. I want to be that first person to go there. And I know there's a lot of steps in between to get there, but my ultimate goal this year is to jump 16 feet.
On the runway for her second attempt at 14.9.5. And Stacy and I were talking last week in Portland about those levels that she needs to go through, how she has to be able to get better at pole selection and manage her run-up. She's looked very good. And as I mentioned, they've had a wind at their back the entire time. And another huge clearance. And Dragilla, the first one over the bar at 14.9.5. Back at Stanford, let's take another look at Stacy Dragila's world record jump and break it down. First of all, her top hand, great plant, straight up above her head. And then here, look at how quickly she gets into an inverted position. Now she can take a look and see where her legs need to go. And she drops them perfectly, a little brush with the left arm, and a new world record.
And speaking of something to talk about, check in again with Stacy Dragila.
You know, Vern, when you're hot, you're hot. Stacy Dragila has the right attitude. She's 30 years old. She doesn't know how many great days she still has in her. She's already set the world record. Second attempt at another new world record, 15.9.25. And she's over again.
She sure is, Dwight. And you know what? She's very smart, because in the pole vault, there's not a lot of times when you have the wind perfect, when you're feeling good. The sun is out, and they've got a great crowd out there behind the women athletes.
Now the congratulations start Coach Dave Nielsen, who talked her into even trying the pole vault 7 years ago when she was a heptathlete. Family there, and then finally her husband coming up, Brent Dragilla, who was there in Sydney when she won the gold medal. Again, Stacy has got great speed today, and being short, she's got to maximize all the angles and all the speed she can possibly get. This plant actually wasn't quite as good as the one at her previous jump. And she hits this one a pretty good wrap. She really gives the crossbar a jolt, but it stays on. High knees, driving right into the box, Carol.
And she gets a great jump here. And Stacy's always talked about the fact that she's a great technician, and she hopes to get the respect of a lot of the men vaulters out there. I'll tell you, there's not a lot of men who could get over the bar as well as Stacy did today. You see the slight brush, but the bar stays up.
Speaking of men pole vaulters, here's a good stat for you. At the 1960 Olympic trials here in Stanford, Don Bragg, the eventual gold medalist, jumped 15.9.25 for a new world record. Same height as Dragilla.
Now there's a growing sorority of fellow competitors, and they really appreciate her accomplishment. And quickly down to the pole vault, the bar has been set at the heretofore unattainable height of 16 feet even. Stacy Dragila's first attempt.
Well, she has said that this has been her ultimate goal, and she wasn't certain how quickly she would get to this height. I would think that if you'd asked her last night if she would be jumping at it now, she would have said probably not. And another very close attempt at a high height. I can't say right now categorically that she isn't capable of jumping this today, and she's jumped a lot.
The thing is, though, Dwight, is that when you're jumping good, you've got to stay with it.
And that's what so many athletes make a mistake of. They set a world record, they have a great height, and they stop because they think they can do it anytime they want. Stacy's doing the right thing. She's jumping when she's hot. She's got 2 more, and she's got the hip height to clear this historic barrier.
Stacy Dragila.
That felt good. What do you guys think? Clean
Wonderful
up a little bit,
afternoon.
16 feet. We're working on it.
Yes, she's working on it. We're back in Palo Alto, and we are back with Stacy Dragila.
And it really has been the Stacy Dragila show here today. Her 3rd and final attempt in an historic barrier for the women's pole vault, 16 feet. Her first one was very close. And on her 12th jump of the evening, she finally runs out of gas. 2 world records in one day, and the standard has gone from 15.5 to 15.9 1/4, less than 3 inches from 16 feet.
Final results of the women's pole vault. Stacy Dragila first, Kellie Suttle finishes 2nd, and Mary Sauer is 3rd. Let's go down to Armin.
First of all, Stacy, congratulations. A back-to-back world records. You seem to be in watching you in sync right from the start.
I felt really good today. The wind was pretty much in our favor the whole day, and that made it a plus. The crowd was just awesome. Everybody knows how to clap here at Stanford, and I'd love to come back next year and go for another world record. But the things that I've been doing in practice really paid off today. We've been trying to work on some bigger poles and just trying to be a better sprinter, and I really felt good today. I could have maybe gave Marion a run for her money today.
On that 2nd attempt at 15.9 1/4, you went over and saw your coach, Dave Nielsen. He gave you some advice. What did he tell you?
He just said to be patient. I was getting a little rushed at the top, and I wasn't getting all the way back in a really good vertical position. And I think if I would have felt that, I would have been able to really pull off the pole and do what I need to do to clear the bar. And, you know, those are just the little things I need to tweak right before nationals and going into Edmonton. So I'm feeling really good. And, you know, the girls, they think that, you know, I'm jumping way above them. But, you know, I feel like I've got to keep on my toes because I think they can jump high any day. So they do an awesome job pushing me.
Well, you said your goal, ultimate goal, short term, is 16 feet. You're getting there a lot faster maybe than you thought you would.
Well, no, I mean, I wish I could have done it last year, and I saw glimpses of it, and, you know, maybe I will get a little bit closer. I was hoping to maybe hit it by Edmonton, but you never know. Come our national meet, I might hit it, and I think the more and more times I hit it, you're going to see me approaching the 17-foot mark, and I think I think the guys will drop their mouth then, and we might get the credit we deserve. So this has been a great experience.
Well, we were calling this Ladies' Day, and you certainly were the queen of the day. Congratulations. Vern.
16 feet, real close.
You can see a couple of them heading down the backstretch right now. And again, Toronto, just 18 years old.